Who's the number one YouTuber you watch?
Grant Cohn. You gotta watch him. He's got the best information on sports.
Let's talk just football philosophy here. Best coverage in football.
We had this discussion in your Discord a little while ago, and for me, the best coverage of football is still Cover One, and it's been that way for a while, I think, and it still is. If you have the ponies that can run it, I think that's very hard to beat. Because when I'm talking about, Baylor ball Cover One. I'm talking about Cover One with
man-to-man coverage.
Man-to-man coverage with a
One
high
safety.
and a man in the hole. Okay.
So like a zone defender as a robber underneath, whatever.
Yeah.
So kind of two guys in zones in different levels.
Because the weakness of the coverage is it's routes that are difficult to complete. You're giving up the corner route, right? And the comeback. And then you're giving up verticals. But that's why I said it's important to have the ponies that can run the coverage. If you have, let's say, a Stephon Gilmore and a Jason Verrett outside, we're like, run verticals on those guys. Like, go ahead. Mm-hmm. Then you're taking away the post. So those guys know that if a guy they're not threatened to the post. And then you got a guy in the middle of the field who, in this case, could be Fred Warner, who you could tell either take away the short shallows, or you can tell him drop back and take away the dig, and be a robber. Like this is a coverage that can take care of pretty much everything for you. And then you're not allowing the quick access throws like the slants and all that because it's man coverage. Yeah. And hey, you got a running quarterback. You can use the whole low hole defender as a guy for a spot for the running quarterback. So you got eyes on the quarterback. You got man coverage around. Like if you got the cats that can run it, it's a great coverage. To me, it's the best coverage in football if you can run it.
Absolutely. And the question right now is, can the Niners run it with what they have? Depends on that Mosley matchup, right?
I think you could in spots. I think what they do have is I think they have the pass rush. They have the perfect middle linebacker. They have the safeties that can run it. You can use Tart in the middle field. You could use Ward. Those guys can cover on the slots. Verrett. The only weakness is Mosley on that. So I think, but if we go back to what we just talked about, and you have a guy like Stephon Gilmore, I mean, he's very uncomfortable in that coverage. We ran it in New England, and you could run it here. So Saleh still ran Cover One last year. He still likes it. I mean, it just makes it that more effective. And I think with the Niners, with their personnel, if they were able to really execute Cover One on a good percentage, and
Mosley's side, because that's when he's going to get tested. Cover One up the field.
Yeah, you could. Yeah. I mean, Mosley can then play the slot and all. I mean, that's why I guess for me, like zone guys versus man guys. Man, to me, I think like, are you worried about? For me, I ask, are you worried about the route? Or are you worried about the player? For me, I'm worried about the player. So like, do I want to take away the dig, or do I want to take away Tyreek Hill? Like, I think I want to take away Tyreek Hill. Like, think about it in the Super Bowl. If you could cover man, you could just like, let's take away Tyreek Hill. Let's take away Travis Kelce. Make Sammy Watkins beat us. Like, Sammy Watkins had a solid game, but like, is he going to make that play on 3rd and 15? I don't think so.
No. And yet what they were doing was cover 3, take away the dig. Mosley bid on it, gave up the double move. Yeah, that's exactly what happened.
Yeah, and if that's Sammy Watkins running the corner route, I don't know that he can get away from Jimmy Ward like that. If you guys remember that back to that time, Mahomes had a lot of time, but I mean, Tyreek Hill is like an elite sprinter. Didn't he run like a 4.2? Like
he ran a 3.7.